Hey,
We got a number
I'm in
one
my
album.
70s, baby. I'm still at it.
I was like, what does he do? Okay. All right, y'all, welcome back to the Real Country Corner. This is Nikki, and we're here at CRS Fest with the guest I'm absolutely honored to have with me, Mr.
Nikki,
T. Graham
baby.
Brown. Yes, sir.
You know, I complimented you on your red hair.
He did.
My wife and I have been together 48 years.
Oh, my goodness.
And she was redheaded.
Yeah.
So,
Did you say was?
well, she's kind of let her gray hair showing through these days.
Yeah.
I told her I wanted her to be natural.
There you go.
So
Good for you. I love
yeah.
that.
Yeah,
So.
my daddy was redheaded.
Oh, was he?
Yeah.
How about that? Apparently it runs recessive gene, so
I guess.
there's not that many of us left.
Well, I'm just glad I got a little hair left.
Oh, man, you got a lot
As
of
a
hair
matter
left.
of fact, I found my first gray hair today.
You know, I wouldn't have never seen it.
I jest, of course.
Well, you look very festive. I feel like you were on a cruise or something recently.
Oh, Sheila dresses me, you know. Sheila lays my clothes out on the bed
Yeah.
like a third grader. So I don't question it. I just put them on.
There you go. Happy wife, happy life.
Yeah, well, she's great.
That's so good.
She's
Do you
great.
guys do a lot of performances together or work together at all?
That's all we do is
All you do is work together? Yeah.
She takes care of me. I wouldn't even be alive if it weren't for her. So she always goes, she's in the parking lot out front of this building right now.
Right now she's waiting on you? Well, we better get you out there in one
She
piece.
takes
What do
me
you say?
to the Opry. She gets on the bus. The bus is leaving in a couple of hours, and she'll be on the bus. We're going to Texas for a few days.
Yeah?
I have a radio show on Sirius XM. I've
Prime
been doing
Country.
I've been doing about 7.5 years. She takes me down there. She's always around.
She's a mastermind behind the business, isn't she?
Yeah, and if I've been getting to do a few movies every now and then, and she's always there on the set with me, so I don't know what I'd do without her.
I love that. That's so wonderful. I had it on here to talk about that because
And we
you seem
love
so
each other
supportive.
very much.
That's good. What's the secret? What's the secret to a long, happy marriage?
I don't know, man. She's had a lot of patience.
Yeah.
I mean,
Patience is a good one.
She's put up with some craziness, but she stuck around with me, so it's all good now. We're very, very happy.
Shout out to you, Sheila.
Yeah, baby. Love you.
Hopefully she sees this. We'll have to show it to her. So, she's helping you all doing all this stuff, but you're a busy man. You know, you have Opry performances. You're here. You said you're getting on the bus, going to do some shows.
Yeah, I was at the Opry last night.
Oh, last night?
We're going to do it a couple of times next week. You know, they made me a member, and it's like the biggest thing that ever happened to Sheila and me. And
Yeah. Congratulations, by the way.
Thank you. So we're doing that a lot. We're at the point in our life where we don't have to do anything we don't want to do, which is great. You know, if a show comes in and we want to do it, we will. If not, we'll pass on it. I get to do all kinds of fun things, and in about probably next week, I get to do one of my favorite all-time things is cut the grass.
There
I
you
get
go.
to start cutting the grass, baby.
There you go. There's something so therapeutic about cutting the grass.
You know, it's funny, I was in this video with Trace Adkins,
Okay.
one of his videos, and I was complaining about my old snapper riding lawnmower. I had it for 30 years, and I said, man, I can't fix it anymore. It's worn out. Well, the next day, a new lawnmower showed up
Did
in
he
my
send you
driveway.
a new one?
Sent me a brand new one.
Oh, boy.
It was a dream come true.
That was a sweet gift.
We have to pay for our front yard, goes about like that.
Okay, because
so-
it's on a grade, yeah.
So there's parts of our yard I can cut. The rest of it we kind of have to pay somebody to do.
Yeah.
I hate paying somebody to cut my grass, but I have to.
Yeah, sometimes you have to. But it saves you up some more time to do your fun things.
Yeah. Well, that is a fun thing.
That's right. That is a
I'm
fun thing
telling
to you.
This is a fun thing.
So 2024, you were inducted as a Grand Ole Opry member. Congratulations again.
Thank
How does it
you.
feel every single time you get up there still? You played so many shows there.
It's awesome. You know, I've been coming out there for 40 years.
Yeah.
I've probably done really close to 500 shows.
Oh, wow.
And it's just wonderful. I get to see a lot of friends. I saw and talked to Steve Earle last night. Great friend of mine.
Yeah.
Gene Watson, one of my heroes, was there. You know, I was going to tell you, this is a sweet thing, I think. I went down to Fame Studios in Muscle Shoals, and I'd always wanted to cut a bunch of old 1960s soul songs.
Yeah.
So we went down there and we recut 14 1960 soul songs. So I got them home. Let me preface it. There were several of us whose album came out within the same year in 1985. And it was Keith Whitley, Randy Travis, Marty Stewart, Dwight Yoakam, Steve Earle, and me.
Oh, wow, yeah.
And what's that, 42 years ago, and we've been soul brothers ever since. We love each other very much, and we just love each other.
Yeah.
And our friendships have endured. So I got that soul record back home, and I was talking to Dwight Yoakam. We all keep in touch with each other. So I was talking to Dwight Yoakam, and he asked me if I'd cut a certain song, and I said, yeah, I cut it. And he said, can I sing on it? And I went, heck yeah, you can sing on it.
Of course
so
you can.
I sent the tracks out to Hollywood, and he did a duet and went back and sang harmony. Great. He's a perfectionist. And when I got it back, it sounded so good, I thought, man, I'm going to call Tanya. And then I called Winona and Sammy Hagar and Delbert McClinton and Little Anthony from Little Anthony and the Imperials. It turned out there's 11 duets on it, and it wasn't supposed to be a duet record at all. So I got all these people's phone numbers, and we all help each other out.
Of course,
you know?
yeah, of course.
And so the dang thing came out last year, and it debuted at #1 on the blues albums chart. So, hey,
we got a #1
I'm in my 70s, baby. I'm still at it, and I'm doing a gospel album for Gaither Music right now.
Working on new music?
Yeah,
okay.
Halfway finished with that. And Gaither's they're the biggest gospel label in the world. And they just bought Sun Records and all that. And I think I'm going to get to do what I call a regular T. Graham Brown album for their Sun label. So yeah, man, I'm having fun.
You're having fun. You're a busy man having fun, but it's never too late to do what you love, right?
No, man. Yeah. If you can still do it,
might as well do it.
Yeah.
I love that. You know, you've been around for what, near five decades? Made a lot of friends in this industry. It's like a family, like you said, yeah?
It's definitely like a family. Yeah. The Opry's like a family, and I see all kinds of friends there. I mean, they all come through at one time or another, and it's as long as I'm singing at a high level, I'm gonna keep singing. I don't want to be one of these guys that goes out on stage and can't cut it, you know.
Yeah, so, I hear that.
So as long as I can do it, I'm gonna keep doing it.
Well, you've been making such good music for so long. I'm sure you're a hero to a lot of people.
Well, I've had a lot of fun.
And you've had a lot of fun, yeah.
I've been doing this for 53 years this year, and I'd have never dreamed it would. I would have never dreamed that I would have lived to be 71, much less singing.
Still a spring chicken.
I thought I'd be in prison by now, so. You know, and I might have been if I'd have kept up the way I was going.
Sheila kept him out of prison.
Yes, she did.
She did. Well, I saw you on the Opry stage a couple of weeks ago for Ronnie Millsap's 50th. Is he a friend of yours? Good.
He's a dear friend of mine.
Good,
God, we got to spend some time with each other that night. He made the greatest. He taught me how to sing from the live album he did in 1975 at the Opry House.
Yeah.
And I melted the grooves on that record. I learned so much from Ronnie Millsap about singing.
That's great.
And yeah, he's one of my dear friends. I was over at his house the other day. Yeah, he's a dear friend. He's a good one. That's
great. Tell me about the album a little bit more. So From Memphis to Muscle Shoals, right?
Hey, I grew up in the 60s with a little black transistor radio glued to my ear.
Yeah.
And especially at night, I'd get into bed under the covers, and I would scroll through the AM dial very, very slowly. And so I could pick up these stations from all over. They call them clear channel stations. And WSM's one, WLAC here, WSM Country, WLAC Soul. I could pick up in Chicago, New York, New Orleans. So I got to listen to all this kind of music, you know, and I love it. And I had the opportunity, so we went down to Fame Studios in Muscle Shoals, where Fame's been in business since '62, cutting, Percy Sledge, Wilson Pickett, Aretha Franklin, all these people.
A lot of people have gone there,
And it's just a magical room to be in. So, I'm still at it.
Good for you. Number one album. I can't wait to listen to it. I'm curious for your point of view, since we've been in here for so long, about 50 years. What separates an artist that lasts for a really long time, other than somebody who's just having a moment?
Wow. I don't know. It's a TikTok world now.
Yeah.
They didn't even have the internet when I was making records.
Yeah.
We used to cut on 2-inch tape. There was no Pro Tools.
Sure.
There was no tuning a vocal. You had to be able to sing.
You had to have that star power.
And you just had to be able to sing and sing on pitch, because there was no fixing it. Yeah. So I spent my time in honky tonks before I moved to Nashville, and I was kind of experienced. I don't know how you. I don't know what kind of advice I have or what the secret is to anything. I don't really know.
Yeah.
I think it's a fluky business.
Yeah.
You know, I think a lot of it is actually being in the right place at the right time. There's no discounting that. Mm-hmm. But like I said, these days it's a TikTok world, so you go on TikTok and you can go viral, and the record company wants you, and you know, it's just a whole different world than when I was starting, and I'm glad that I don't have to start today. I wouldn't want to have to deal with it.
People these
days, that's in my past. I've been there and done that.
There you go. Yeah, you're doing what you want. I know people these days have like zero attention span. It shocks me all the time. It really does.
It's crazy.
Yeah, I know.
It's a crazy world.
Well,
people don't talk to each other.
No, they don't.
They text each other.
Yeah.
You know, I don't really understand that. But anyway, I text a lot of people too.
Yeah.
But I'll talk to them on the phone.
Yeah.
I'll talk to them face to face and can actually have a conversation.
Good old-fashioned conversation.
You know.
Yeah.
So it's kind of a lost art, it seems like.
It is. Well, you came up. I watched Dylan Weldon's podcast where he had you on to talk about. You know, you came up during the time of the one-named legends, the people like Willie, Hank, and Merle.
People, I'm glad you brought that up, because I came up, I got to work with on the road and get to know, and they actually liked me. Yeah. Which was the greatest part. All the one-name people, and it's Willie, Waylon, Merle, Kenny and Dolly, George and Tammy, Loretta and Conway, Reba, all these people, and not to mention Glenn Campbell and Millsap, and Eddie Rabbit was great. Barbara Mandrell's a great friend of mine. So I got to work with all these people, and we stay friends with each other.
That's great. Well, T. Graham, what does T stand for?
My name's Anthony Graham Brown. They called me Tony growing up, so they started calling me T. I had a great-grandfather whose last name was Anthony, and a great-grandfather whose last name was Graham, and then, of course, one is Brown, and that's what my mom and daddy picked.
Yeah. So other than your Gaither album, what's up for you in 26, sir?
Gee whiz, I got another couple of movies coming up. I'm not some big movie star, but I get pretty decent parts.
Yeah.
I tell them if they ever need a gray-headed granddaddy or an old gray-headed judge or something like that to call me up. So, and then we're going, I don't know how many shows we'll do this year, but we're going to keep the bus in the road. a lot, I would say. And I'm still doing my radio show and do the Opry a lot, doing the Opry. Did it last night, doing it twice next week. So just, stuff.
Yeah, stuff, things
like cutting grass. Just stuff, and returning a bunch of Amazon things that Sheila ordered. I had 22 texts come to my phone, and they were all Amazon.
Oh my gosh, you got something on the way.
Or coming in.
Yep.
Sheila, baby, you buy whatever you want to buy.
There you go. Whatever you want to buy. Thank you, sir. It has been an absolute honor. I appreciate it. It was great to meet you.
I hope you learned something.
I learn a lot always from you. Thanks, you guys.